Good morning, everybody. Welcome to today's 1 million by 1 million strategy roundtable for entrepreneurs. 1M by 1M, as you know, is the first global virtual accelerator for technology startups in the world. Our mission is to help 1 million entrepreneurs reach $1 million and beyond in annual revenue. In support of that mission, we've been doing these free mentoring roundtables for years and years and years, week after week. We started way back when, in 2008, with an experiment. And that experiment led us to founding the full-fledged 1M by 1M program in 2010. At that time, in 2010, when we launched, the only offering was 1M by 1M Premium. And then we layered in 1M by 1M Basic in 2016. Then we've layered in Udemy courses back in 2021. Now we've layered in the AI Mentor last fall with a soft launch, and now that's active. This is the 720th roundtable, the free roundtable. And of course, we have premium member roundtables on a regular basis as well. I strongly encourage all of you to use the AI Mentor. It's available 24/7. It is trained on 20 years of my mentoring sessions, writings, blogs, columns, books, curriculum, everything. So it's basically available at your fingertips, in your pocket on a regular basis. So definitely make that one of your co-founders. It'll be very helpful. Could you please not talk right now? I will definitely give you an opportunity to talk, but if you could not talk right now, that would be helpful. We are about to start the entrepreneur pitch sessions. Let me set some expectations. This is a safe working session. I'm on your side. We're all on your side. The only agenda is to help you move forward more efficiently, more effectively. You can disagree with me. That's your prerogative. Whatever you do with your venture is entirely up to you. My job is to give you feedback. You can decide what you do with that feedback. We're actually going to skip to the second presenter. Gileba is not in the room. Mohammad Azim Ansari from Mumbai, India. It's your pitch first.
Okay.
Mohammed, do you go by Mohammed or Azim? What should I call you?
Actually, it is Azim.
Azim.
My first name is Mohammed is a compulsory name with Muslims.
Okay. All right. Azim, let's get started. I will advance your slides when you ask me to, but you can get going with your presentation.
Sure. Shall I enable my video as well?
Yeah, absolutely. If you have good net connection, absolutely.
Okay.
People don't have good net connection, strong net connection. We ask them to keep their videos deactivated just because it eats up bandwidth. But if your connection is good, by all means, turn on your video.
Actually, connection is good. I'm in office only, but the reason, I don't know why it is not allowing me to switch on. So no worries. Without wasting my time, I can go ahead.
Go ahead.
So good morning. Good morning, everyone. My name is Mohammad Azim Ansari, and I'm the founder and CEO of Pinnacle Edits. So Pinnacle Edits is basically a photography and post-production services. I'll explain the concept if you can go to the next slide, please. The concept is basically currently we are only providing the post-production services. When you say post-production services, the services which comes after the photography. So there has been a lot of photography being done for several industries like wedding industries, real estate, e-commerce, family, everywhere there is a photography. After the photography is done, we do the editing part. So we create videos, we edit the videos, we edit the photos. So we provide almost 25 types of photo editing and 35 types of video editing. So, but since this is a common, very one of the vast service area, but it is completely unorganized. So Pinnacle Edits, as a Pinnacle Edits founder, I want to build a one-stop shop for photography as well as post-production services for the business and the consumers, which will provide a complete end-to-end services. If you can go to here. So the problem is obviously it is completely unorganized market, fragmented market. There is a huge potential for everybody here. But if you go, let's say if you have a product shoot, but no brand comes in your mind. So it is completely a fragmented market. If you have a wedding and if you want a photographer, then you go to there are a lot of marketplaces available. Well, you can see thousands of photographer, but that's a big challenge for you to shortlist that photographer. So that's how we want to this is completely unorganized market, no centralized solution for end-to-end photography or editing services. Very in even though if there is a photographer who needs affordable and quality services, they are not able to find any editing services. Mostly businesses are relied on the content, but they are obviously not able to find any related uh, a good online platform where they can book these services. One of the example is 70 to 80% of an Indian wedding, which is $4 billion of a wedding photography market, remain unorganized. Even though it is challenged with, although in the US and everywhere, because if there is a wedding and if they need any kind of a shoot, there is no brand comes in our mind. So that's where this is a big challenge for the content industry. If you can go to the next slide, the solution we provide photographers if they need, and we provide quality post production. So we work with almost every industry, whether it is wedding studios, wedding photographer, they shoot the wedding, they need a photo editing, we provide them, or either we can do the photography as well. But currently photography is being done in India only because we are based out of India, and the editing is provided globally. We work with wedding industries, we work with e-commerce industry. When you see e-commerce is one of second largest service area where every D2C brand wants to showcase their product on their own website or either on Amazon or Flipkart and any other e-commerce platform. We also
So,
work with, yeah,
Azim,
sure, please.
let's stay on this for a moment. And there's something very big in your business decision that you have to make here. And I'm going to comment on it, and you should think about these issues.
Please.
I would not say you provide photography and post-production, and photography in India and post-production globally. My sense is that you should not provide photography. There are plenty of photographers out there.
Mm-hmm.
And let that industry be your customer base. Photographers, videographers who are looking for back-end services, post-production services, creating videos out of photography, editing photos, wedding photographers looking for back-end services, business photographers, product shoots looking for post-production services. That's the first change I would make in what you are pitching here.
Sure, ma'am. Absolutely. Actually, I have not yet started honestly photography. I have got few orders which are directly given to the freelance photographer who are working with us. But I wanted to jump in that because so that I can capture this market completely.
I wouldn't. That would
I
dilute
understand.
you, that would dilute you, and it is hard to scale. The minute you have to have a lot of human beings running around, you have to protect quality, you have to be responsible for quality. There's a lot of logistics in putting all that together. I would leave all that out of your business scope. I would focus entirely on post-production, and that is a much more controllable, and there AI has real value. Now, we have to come to that, whether AI has real value, whether there is room for a service provider, or is AI doing that already? And these photographers can directly go to AI and get their work done. Do they need you? That is another huge question mark. But I think the photography part I would take out of this business completely.
Absolutely. Well noted, ma'am. I'll make sure I do this definitely. It is very well. I think you have said very correctly. It is very huge service area and scalability is very
Scalability is impossible.
difficult. Uh, Understood. Understood. Absolutely. Well noted, ma'am. The next is the market size. Obviously, it is $150 billion per market, huge
No,
market
it is not.
service.
It is not.
Not?
You're
Okay.
providing top-down numbers. This is not your market size. You have to provide a bottom-up TAM analysis. And this is true about everyone who presents here today or anybody who's listening. Top-down market size numbers are completely bogus, of absolutely no use whatsoever. So
Okay.
do not worry about it. This is not your market size. You have to actually do a top-down TAM analysis that requires a full understanding of business model, pricing model, price point, etc., and then calculate a bottom-up TAM from there. And that is the only kind of TAM investors care about, and you should care about. This top-down TAM is absolutely useless.
Sure, ma'am. Mission is obviously to create a unified platform for businesses to get those services, and vision is to be a trusted a brand for everyone, where people without any hesitation come on our platform and book the services. But as you said, photography is not should be the part. Then the vision has to be changed over here.
Hey,
So that's what.
let me say what you're trying to say in the context of what I just advised you to do. Empower photographers and videographers with AI-led post-production. That's your mission.
Okay, understood.
Globally.
Globally. Good.
All right.
Competitive, sure. There are companies, let's say Miro and Pixel. These both are companies who are US-based companies. They are providing these two services, but they're only working in US. They're not outside of the US. Other companies called Snap and Pixel Photos, they are only providing post-production services. A
Which of
Pinnacle
these,
Edits.
which of
Hmm.
this is the direct competition? Snapper is your direct competitor?
Snapper is direct. Fix the Photo. If I talk about only post production, then Fix the Photo is one of the largest company based out of US. They've got huge client base. They have got a very good client base. They have services. The advantage is they're US based and they have some local advantage compared to me, because I belong to India. So there is a trust issue in people where they do not really start working with Indian companies, because until we make a brand. So that's what starting
That
challenge I face.
working with people in India is not an issue today. You have to figure out a go-to-market strategy to access customers, but I don't think it is an issue.
Understood.
So
Sure.
Pinnacle Edits and Miro are not your direct competitors.
If talk about only post production, then Fix the Photo is the direct competitor, and it is one of the, I think it is the topmost company in the post production
Okay.
as
And
of now.
what kind of a company is Fix the Photo? Is it a funded company, bootstrap company? What are you seeing?
Uh, it's uh, I'm really sorry, I do not have that information, but it is, I can say, when I started working in this industry, that is a one company who everybody knows about it. So that's what, they have the good website, they've got very good client base.
All right. So you have a comparable to look at. So we're going to skip this slide. We already talk about what you're trying to do.
Sure.
So actually, tell me more about what is doable by AI. What do you have to do by hand? And how do you compare with all these AI tools out there, like the Mid Journeys and all the ones that all the major LLMs are providing for photo and video work?
Right, ma'am. So the good part of this industry is, because of AI, uh, we can deliver more.
Yeah.
I'll give you one example. For example, if processing one wedding at least consists of 700 to 1,000 images.
Yeah.
Previously, when the editor was doing it manually, they were able to do 100, 1000 images a day. But now, with the help of AI, they're able to do 3000, 4000 images. So AI has helped us a lot. And in any part, let's say if there is, whether it is, whether AI is for video editing, whether the AI is for photo editing, there are a lot of AI been available in the market, which is helping us a lot, so that we can deliver more and more images and videos to the client. So that
Right.
is good for
Question,
industry.
the question I'm asking is, let's say you are working with, let's say your client is a wedding photographer,
Mhm.
and the wedding photographer has taken 1,000 photos at the wedding. What do they get by going to you for post-production versus going directly to an AI software? Whatever
Obviously,
software you would be using, can he not use that software?
they can. There are two challenges. One is AI is still not perfect. It gives them 60 to 70% of the result as of now. We have tested all of the AI. So after AI, let's say every editing style is not captured by AI. So there are customers who can run their images through AI, and the remaining manual editing they do themselves, or they give it to us after AI. Let's say they run it through their own AI, then give it to us for the manual fixing. That is one option.
In that case, your value proposition has nothing to do with AI. You are basically being used as a manual post-production workshop. You have
We
no
are
leverage.
still,
You have
yeah,
no
yeah,
AI leverage.
yeah. There are customers who have given their AI access. What they have done, they have given their AI login. We run their images through their own AI login, because that profile is learned that editing style. And after the AI is done, we do the rest of the fixing manually. So this is how currently we are operating.
How
But
many
we do
customers
not have any own proprietary software as of now.
you do not have your own proprietary
We do
software?
not have. We use third-party AI to produce the editing.
How many customers do you have?
I can say 25 customer I have who gives us recurring business, monthly business, and we have worked more than 100 plus customers as of now.
And where are these customers from?
These customers are from US, majorly from United Kingdom. Let's say 30 or 40% from UK, 30% from US, and rest 20% from Australia, and the rest 20% and 15% from India.
How are you acquiring customers?
Initially, I was doing paid marketing that was not helping me. So I started cold outreach, the email marketing, and LinkedIn outreach. That helps me a lot. And that from there, I'm onboarding the client.
So what segment are you going after? Is it wedding photography or is it e-commerce photography? What kind of photographers are you going after?
We are actually having all types of editors. So we target all e-commerce, wedding, and real estate three. These three as major the service which we provide as of now. But earlier, wedding was a major contributor of the business. But after AI has come, now e-commerce has become a major contributor of the business,
See.
because
Okay.
e-commerce is growing as of now.
And what is the average deal size from when a customer works with you on a project? How much are you getting paid?
There are two types of customer. One is a freelancer photographer. The ticket size is between $100 to $300 monthly. And if it's a B2B, then it is between 1,000 to $3,000
Okay. All
monthly.
right. All right. So I have a sense of your business. I
Mhm.
don't think this is a fundable company, but you can build a very good bootstrap business out of this. I'm absolutely convinced about that. I've heard enough, and I can help you figure out how to scale this much faster. That also I've already figured out how to do that. So
Mhm.
I encourage you to build the business. If you want to work
Mhm.
with me, I will explain how to join 1M1M and how to work with me. I'm very sure I can help you build a very substantial business with this concept.
Absolutely.
With
That's where the challenge is. Yeah, that's
making
where the challenge
that
is.
I suggested, huh?
Sure, absolutely, absolutely, ma'am. I would love to be, understand how we can scale. I wanted to be a bootstrap, but the scale is, if I do my own bootstrap, then it will take me at least 4 to 5 years. If I take it through a funding, then it can take 3 years.
Not a
I can
fundable
see.
business. This is, at least as it stands now, this is not a fundable business unless you have proprietary technology with which you can scale. And we haven't, as you explained, there is no proprietary technology in here, and most likely you are not really offering. The barrier to entry is very low, you know.
Agreed.
So
Absolutely.
this kind of businesses are not venture fundable. But
Absolutely agreed.
can build a very substantial bootstrap business, and we support bootstrapped entrepreneurs extensively. So it's not a problem that you're not a fundable business. Not a problem for us. We'll be happy to work with you regardless.
Sure,
Okay,
ma'am.
hold on. If you have other questions, by all means, line them up. We will have more questions for Q&A in a bit. Let me work with the next presenter.
Sure.
Second.
So this was me, Mohammed Azim, and Abhishek. Yeah, please. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Azim. Evonia Easley from Atlanta, Georgia is next. Evonia?
Yes, I'm here. Hi. Okay, so yes, I'm Evonia Easley, the CEO and founder of Love E Fashion here in Atlanta, Georgia. Next slide. And my business is immersive reality or virtual reality, which is giving people an immersive experience. So our customers are retailers, companies, and organizations, as well as nonprofits that want to transform from traditional marketing services, just like pop-up shops and regular runway shows, to increase engagement, keep their current audience engaged, but also attract a new audience, and then also be able to take that and monetize it. Next slide. So our target audience and segment, like I said, is retail, corporate education. So example, with retail, we did a VR activation with Bloomingdale's. And then with corporate education, we are talking with Goldman Sachs because I'm a graduate of their program. So instead of using Zoom with them, we are talking about using virtual reality for the education program. And then events, we were able to partner with a tech nonprofit and Salesforce. And then hospitality and travel is a sector we would like to get into as far as a resort. So if you wanted to go on a vacation to, let's say, Barbados, instead of just looking at a slideshow or looking at the pictures online, to be able to actually feel like you're there by seeing the resort in 3D through virtual reality. Those are our target audience and segmentation. Next slide.
Hold on for a second.
Okay.
You've rattled out a number of use cases from different segments. My first advice to you is to pick one that is a big segment where the value proposition is really quantifiable. So
okay.
You can sell with you can price and sell with ROI-based pricing. We have a full methodology of ROI-based pricing. I want you to choose one use case that has burning appeal, and that you can immediately show an ROI calculation on how people are winning by using your product.
Well, we did start with that, but we wasn't getting enough traction from retail only because that's where we started because of my background. And then we were able to get some interest from other sectors, which is why those are included on here thus far.
Okay, but you have to find a sector that has real appeal. Okay. At this moment, you haven't found any sector that has real appeal. You're basically, all of these are hypotheses.
Well, actually, we've done something in every activation except for hospitality and education. And actually, with education, I take that back. We have a upcoming contract with Boys and Girls Club because they want VR education for the kids, and they're paying for that. So we have traction in 3 of the 4 categories.
And what kind of customers? Is there one segment where you have corporate customers that are resonating with your value proposition?
Retail, like I said, Bloomingdale's was one of our partners. And then, like I said, we have other sectors that are interested as well. I wanted to stay only in retail, but I wasn't getting enough traction from that alone, which is why we went to some of the other sectors.
That's what I'm saying. There are two things you have to keep in mind. You have to keep in mind the sector and the use case and the burning value of the use case and the customer who can pay. So Bloomingdale's, yeah, it's a customer who can pay. So you've had some success. You're saying you're not getting a lot of success in retail. Retail is an unhealthy sector. You know, retail is struggling. E-commerce has really taken over retail, and retail in general is a struggling sector. So you're going to have difficulty with retail. You want to build a solution for a sector that is healthy and booming. So there's what I see here is a lot of segmentation problem.
Okay.
If you have a bunch of different hypotheses for a bunch of different sectors that each of them have their own problems. Boys and girl clubs, you should not build a business based on a boys and girls club use case. That is not a scalable business.
I'm just saying that's one of the organizations that wants to partner with us as far as using virtual reality in the education space.
You can spend your time on those kinds of customers. That's not going to help you build a business. You need to find customers that can pay, that can afford to pay, and based on which you can build a business.
Well, they were paying us. We haven't done any of these jobs for free.
They are paying us. That's not the kind of client on which you can build a scalable business.
Okay.
Again, this market size is useless. $227 billion by 2030. That's a top-down number. It has nothing to do with the bottom-up TAM analysis, which is what you're going to have to create. So I'm going to skip the slide.
Are you gonna talk, or because I thought you were going to talk at the end, so I wasn't sure. So that's why I was like, before I start talking about the slide, did you want to say something?
You can talk about the slide. Can you? So this is your Bloomingdale use case, is it?
Yes.
Tell me more about the Bloomingdale use case, and let's evaluate if that is something that you can take to other customers. Go ahead.
Okay, so with the Bloomingdale's use case, they paid us to be a part of an activation with some smaller designers, local women-owned designers. Well, not local, it was a few national women as well, but smaller brands. So they partnered with us, and they had us come into Bloomingdale's and do a VR demo for their customers to show a spring collection. And then their spring collection was featured in our activation, a standalone activation we had outside the store. This is the press and media that we got from that. And then if you click those links, you're able to see a little glimpse of the activation. And those are activations that we've been able to go and do for those other sectors that you were telling me I need to focus on one of.
How much did you get paid for this thing in Bloomingdale's?
$20,000.
$20,000. Now, Bloomingdale's has a lot of stores in different places. Can you take this use case, kind of present it well as a case study, and sell it to other Bloomingdale's stores? Have you tried that?
I tried with the corporate store, because the corporate is the one who had approved it, even though I'm here in Atlanta. And they were saying that I would have to talk to each individual store as far as their bigger markets, which would be New York and Miami. So I haven't been able to connect with them. Instead, I was trying to talk with other retailers. So I have a connection with Simon Properties, and because they own a mall here with multiple stores, I was like, if I could partner with the mall, I would get access to all of the retailers that are in the mall that will possibly be interested in participating. So that way I could get multiple stores at one time from one property.
What is your value proposition? Is the value proposition something that happens in person, or is it a value proposition that happens online?
In person.
In person.
Yes. So
what is the virtual reality angle of this?
The virtual reality is the activation that we do in person. So instead of, because we have provide the headsets. So instead of you watching a show on your computer through Zoom or how we're communicating, you're actually able to go to the event the same way you would if you were going to watch a traditional fashion show, but you're watching in 3D through the headsets.
But why does that need to be in person?
Because if you don't own a headset, you wouldn't be able to see the show in 3D. The 3D only works through the headset.
Okay. So the only reason this is happening in person is because people don't own the headset.
Yes.
Otherwise,
And normally because they are releasing some kind of launch. So it may be a spring collection, or it may be a new collection or a new designer. So it would be a elevated version of a traditional pop-up shop. And since most retailers have pop-up shops on a regular basis, this was just elevating what they were already doing and making it more innovative than just a regular pop-up shop with the clothes just on the hangers.
but it can happen in any physical space. It doesn't have to be at a retail store.
Yes, correct.
Okay, got it. That's the answer I was looking for.
Yes.
So you can actually, this means that you can go sell your services to e-commerce stores, e-commerce fashion stores, and they can always rent a space to do an event and invite their top customers or top customers in that particular geography. So my suggestion to you, if you want to explore this use case where you have some success, find some big online retailers, online e-commerce, fashion e-commerce vendors, and try to sell this concept to them.
Okay.
With the idea that they can just rent a space and offer this to their top customers in that geography and launch new designers. I think that is going to be a better use case than going around and trying to do all these other different use cases where you have, you don't have real experience yet.
Okay.
Okay, that's my feedback.
Okay. Thank you so much.
You're most welcome. Saurav, you're next.
Sorry, all right. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
All right. Thank you for the opportunity, Sramana. My name is Saurabh, and I'm from Silicon Valley. I was the chief AI architect at Intel. I was there for 17 years. My venture that you're seeing I'm going to speak about is a deep tech pre-revenue company. I'm focusing on building rack scale hardware for AI agents. In some ways, my Go mission is aligned to you, Sramana. I'm also focused on getting million agents running efficiently, the same way you are helping million founders be more.
Not aligned at all. Those are not the same. These are not the same missions at all. But why do you have AI agents scratched out on this slide?
Well, I think it's an animation. Like, if we're not talking about a single agent, what's scratched out is a single agent. And what I'm working on is actually 1 million agents per rack. Rack is like a refrigerator. Think of it as a big machine with many, many servers in it in a data center.
Okay, so you want to, your customer is the data center.
Yeah, so it's think of it as I'm not just enabling one agent to run. It's the real value is in when you are running many agents simultaneously. So that's very important. I am not building a car, but a train for making people mobile.
Okay, I'm going to skip this slide. As I said, these top-down market size numbers are useless. I'm not looking for these macro numbers, and you shouldn't be either. I'm looking for what are you building? What are you going to be charging? Who is the customer?
Well, I think then I should also mention it's a deep tech company, and we are in pre-revenue early stage.
Deep tech companies don't operate in a vacuum. Deep tech companies are only viable if they have customers. Otherwise, deep tech companies don't have any reason to exist. So tell me who is the customer for which you're building what company and what you're going to do with it, and I will accordingly guide you on what to do.
Okay, I think let me just be clear on that, Sramana, that it's a deep tech early stage company. We are right now.
I don't care early stage or not. If you tell me that you don't know who's your customer, then you have a real problem.
I don't think I said that.
So why are you belaboring the point that you're a...
Okay, let me just quickly finish then. I was trying to say we are a deep tech company, and I'm in the space of first validating the problem and solution. The product market fit will come later. We have a vision, and we want to ensure that the technology that we are building, that we have sufficient signals for its inevitability. I want to make sure that that lands, that we are actually building a technology that solves problems that people are seeing today. These are problems where we are not able to make these agents scale. It's a $1 trillion market which is running on a stack which was designed for SaaS. Everybody is using SaaS, but these agents run autonomously. And these 4 problem statements that you are looking at are the ones that that are preventing agents to really scale to the application scale. If you saw the earlier slide, essentially what we need to think about an AI agent is something that will replace all applications. So if you're using an iPhone, an Android phone, every application, imagine, is going to be replaced by an AI agent eventually. And you need an infrastructure that runs it.
So I'm still kind of...
Yeah, no, you're asking for my ICP, but I think I want to contextualize it so that you can understand where in the value chain I exist. So when we talk about the eventual, so this is the vision. We see that the technology that we are building will be the default way to run agents. Now let's speak about who is running agents today.
That's my question.
So it's hard to comprehend today. But there will be agent hosting services. Just like website hosting services exist today, there will be a day when agent hosting services will be existing. And these agent hosting services will be hosted on agentic platforms, which will then be running on agent clouds. So some of these things are harder to fully consume, but this is the world we are heading into, and its eventuality is more or less guaranteed because the current way of running these agents are extremely inefficient.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so going back into the specific ICP, I think we need to arrive to that conclusion, and in the value chain, there are quite a few ways how we can go to the market. But I cannot really say that this is the only way. There are a couple of ways that we can go into the market. We can offer agent hosting services to show to people that, look, any of our competitors are unable to deliver the cost, economics, or the efficiencies of scale that we can deliver because we are a hardware-based company. We have a physical piece of hardware, and most of the solutions that are building are using existing hardware, and they're using existing technologies. As a deep tech founder, we are actually changing the current state of the art of technology. And I can speak more about my team. My team has been, every one of our team members has had more than 20.
Okay, so if you are selling to, right now, I'll come to the team in a minute. You will have to sell the team. Otherwise, in deep tech pre-revenue company, without selling the team, you're not going to be able to raise funding. But let's first figure out, you still have to go with a thesis. Team without a thesis is not going to be able to raise funding. So we are trying to raise funding.
Next slide is the thesis.
Okay.
This is the thesis. Essentially, what we are saying is that the existing tech stack that people are using for agents was not really built for scale. It wasn't really built for millions of agents to be running. Like if I have to make an analogy, if you're just going from point A to point B by yourself, yes, you can take a small scooter or a car to go there. But if you are a million people going together from the same point A to B, you would rather find a different mode of transportation, which is more efficient for that kind of scale. You can maybe make a ship or whatever else. So that's what we are doing. We are essentially building a new way of doing hardware. And that's the thesis we have, the problem 1 and problem 2 that you're looking at. Those are the ones that we are reducing by reducing duplication of compute that happens for every agent. We're reducing that.
So now let's go back to my customer question. Who is the customer for this? Is it an existing data center whom you're going to sell this to?
Yes.
Or are you going to sell it to a company like ServiceNow that is in the business of, selling agents? What is the customer flow of this product?
Eventually, we need to be with, we would be going with these bigger cloud vendors like AWS, Azure, Google. And our go-to-market plan is to start off with smaller cloud vendors, neo clouds, sovereign clouds, vendors, colo locations. So we will start off with smaller cloud vendors, but eventually our goal would be to sell to Amazon and Googles of the world of this technology.
Okay. And what validation work have you done so far?
We have, I think the slides are later on in it, but we have a working demo of this thing running. We have a pretty strong team right now.
That's not my question. What validation work have you done, in the sense that what customers have you talked to?
Okay, from market traction point of view, we have
No, not market traction, market validation. You have a hypothesis. The market will buy into that hypothesis if they agree with that hypothesis. So there, in the validation process, an entrepreneur has to work with potential customers to validate that hypothesis. Have you done that work?
Yes. So we have two design partners that we have been working with. One is Altera, which is another billion-dollar company, and they have been funding more or less.
Altera?
Yes.
Altera is not a cloud provider. Altera is a component vendor.
See, cloud vendors are resellers of technology. They are just going to run the thing. So although I would be eventually selling it to cloud vendor, but they are just middlemen.
Question: who is the customer for your product? Altera is not a customer for your product, and Altera's validation is not going to be taken care of by investors.
Think of it like this. Let's say if I was selling lemonade and I'm selling it through a retail shop, but eventually my consumer of my lemonade is not that retail shop. So by that manner, Amazon and GCP are just resellers of the technology that I'm building. But the eventual consumer of it are companies like Altera and companies, other companies, confidential names of those companies that are actually building with us. These are agent builders. They need agent hosting services. They are the ones eventually who want a reduction in their unit economics of agents. If they're currently paying $100 a month for hosting an agent, they are the ones who want to see a number of $40 a month.
You are thinking of Altera as an enterprise. It's just an enterprise customer.
Yes, they are the ones who are basically using services of Amazon.
So any customer of Amazon and Altera, in this case, Altera shows up in your customer profile as just an enterprise customer that is a user of Amazon, AWS. That's why you are talking about Altera.
Yeah, they are currently using the current state of the art and using our patented technology. They are able to then save 76% of the cost on cost, and that's what the validation, market validation is what I would call them.
Okay. And so you are working not with the cloud vendors, you're working with the enterprises who are using cloud vendors.
That's the way to pull them in, because otherwise, the Amazon and GCPs of the world will simply say, have you proven your technology? And then we need to say, yes, we have proven that technology using.
How are you going to prove the technology with the enterprises directly? Are you going to build a data center for them?
Yes, so we have a small scale. You can think of it as a small scale data center running inside my garage. Yes.
I see. So Altera is willing to pay for a small data center that you built for them that has the functionality that you were talking about.
Exactly. They have been paying in terms of giving us hardware and other resources like that. Yes.
What kind of investment, like what is the revenue model of this? What is the business model, revenue model of this?
Yeah, I think these are all late stage things. I think I'm pre-revenue, pre-seed. I haven't taken.
No. It's not. I'm not saying that they are giving you money. I'm saying what is the business? If I'm an investor, what is the business?
You're talking about cost economics, right? How much it's going to cost me to build the product, to acquire customers, to ship it?
No, I'm asking what is Altera willing to pay to acquire this kind of capability? I'm trying to frame this in a business context. So I'm okay with not a single line of code being written or not a single piece of hardware being built. But I need to understand, if I'm an investor, I need to understand what is the business we are building. I know you're being defensive. I can feel it, that you're being defensive.
No,
But
I think
I'm trying to help you to frame something that with which you can have a conversation with an investor. At the moment, the way you're presenting this, you cannot have a conversation with investors. So the only thing I can do for you here is help you get there. There are investors like Ashim Chandna is one of my favorite investors who invests in fat startups, deep tech fat startups at concept levels, and he's been phenomenally successful.
I think, Sramana, what I'm trying to get to is that at such an early stage, the lack of definition of the product or lack of unit economics of how much they will be willing to pay is all ahead of me. In order for me to assess what are they willing to pay for my product, I need to define the product. In order to define the product, I need to first further build the technology that I'm building. Just by bootstrapping, I cannot really get it to that place. I have proven the inevitability of the product by bootstrapping it. Now I'm raising $10 million or plus to be able to get to a place where I can validate the complete vision that, look, I've completely disrupted the segment. And I have the science in front of you based on a theory, give me $10 million, and then I will go build something based on the theory that you're seeing. Right? So I really don't have those answers that you're asking, not because I haven't tried to. It is just that I spent a lot of time and eventually realized that, in order for me to be that crisper, I need to work on building the science further.
What is your position? If that is the story that you're going to go to investors with, then you're asking investors to fund you as a team.
Fund me, yes.
Tell me about you and tell me about your team. Do you have a slide on this?
Yeah, you can. I think I can speak about it. I think I wanted to keep. I don't know how many people will be on the bridge, so I wanted to keep it confidential. So the team I have, one of my co-founders sold a company to Microsoft for close to 500 million. The other one has been the co-inventor of very foundational technology in computer systems called PCI. He's an industry luminary. And I myself have built technologies that you find in every PC, and we all have a very prolific patent portfolio. And this is something that we have done for the past decade many, many times. What you're seeing is nothing out of extra, out of our...
Who is the guy who has sold the company to Microsoft for $500 million? What role is he going to play in this venture?
He's our chief scientist.
What was his role in the previous company?
Can you say one more time? What would be his...
What was his role in the previous company that was sold to Microsoft?
He was a founder CTO.
Founder CTO. And
founder
CTO.
Yeah.
Who was the investor in that company?
Westmore and a few others. It went almost close to being public, but then they eventually chose to sell it to Microsoft.
So that's the team. That is the investment team that you should go talk to.
Yep. But I think the challenge here is that he sold the company almost a decade back. And the world that we are in is very different now. And yes, we are reaching out to those investors too. I'm just starting to do all that. Yes.
Yeah. So for me, this is, unless you start to answer some of these questions, I don't think I can get it because I don't even know you, right?
Yeah.
This is going to have to be based on your credibility and your network, people who know you. And people who know this team, who are willing to bet on this team. I don't know you, so I can't sell you. I can sell the way 1Mby1M works. We can sell, somewhat fleshed out businesses. Yeah, we do pre-seed funding, but pre-seed funding explains what we are doing. Who's the customer? What is the business we are building? You are saying that I can't tell you any of this. You give me $10 million and bet on me. That means I have to sell you. I can't sell you because I don't know you.
No, I think you're spot on that. Yes, that this is the world that we are in this space. I'm totally with you on that front. Yes.
The reason 1 million by 1 million works is because I don't only sell founders. I sell businesses. Even if it's pre-revenue, even if it's pre-seed, I sell businesses.
Yeah, that makes sense. Sounds good. Thank you so much for your time.
Best. I'm sure you're doing something phenomenal. We just have to figure out how to sell it to somebody who's willing to write some checks. All right. I think that is all the presentations. Let me quickly explain to you, for those of you who are considering joining 1Mby1M, let me explain to you how to do that and what to expect. So 1Mby1M is 100% virtual accelerator. So you can join from anywhere in the world, and it is not a little 3-month program. It is a year-long program, and you can be in the program for year after year. So we have many entrepreneurs who stay in the program for 3 years because it takes time to build businesses. That's the bottom line. And a mentoring relationship is not a, it's not something you can do on a speed dating kind of mode. It is something that builds over time, and you learn something from me, you go test it in the market, come back, we, jointly figure out strategy and test strategy, implement strategy, etc. That's how 1Mby1M is set up. And it's all online. The Digital Mind AI Mentor, which is relatively new, is something that you have available to you 24/7. So, and it is included in most of our programs. It is available as a standalone, but it's included in 1Mby Basic and 1Mby1M Premium. It's very helpful. We have premium members using 1M AI Mentor on a regular basis and learning a lot. So the premium program is the full acceleration program that includes access to me in this mode at private roundtables. The free public roundtables you can access once, not multiple times, to come and work with me. But in the premium program, you can do that every week. So you get this, whether you call it strategy consulting, mentoring, coaching, whatever, you have that. We do investor introductions. I have to get you ready to go to investors, and we do that. But so if your business is an investor kind of business, I will take you to investors, but I'll first get you ready to go to investors. Actionable curriculum. We have a complete case study based curriculum. So there are things that you need to learn. You need to learn what is bottom-up TAM. And if you don't know what is bottom-up TAM, we'll learn it from the curriculum and implement it and run the model by me, and I will help you fine-tune that. But bottom-up TAM is an essential piece that you have to put together. What to expect from 1Mby1M Basic? That is a curriculum plus AI mentor. Okay, so that's all you get there is, what you get there is the curriculum and the AI mentor, so you can work on your own. You don't have access to me and you don't have access to investors through us, but you can get started. So premium is $1,000 annual membership fee. Basic is $99 a month. You can start with basic, upgrade to premium. That's fine too. So go to the website, look at what's available and what suits you, and accordingly make the decision to join. In terms of free roundtables, we have 4 upcoming, April 2nd, 9th, 16th, and 23rd, all Thursdays, 8 a.m. Pacific time. If you have questions about the program, Irina Patterson is your contact, irina@1mby1m.com. She'll be happy to talk to you by phone, WhatsApp, whatever as well. As I said, we support bootstrapped entrepreneurs a lot. We also support Bootstrap first, raise money later. We support solo entrepreneurs. All of these are perfectly okay situations. Y Combinator has a bias against solo entrepreneurs. Okay, fine. Do 1Mby1M and get your business to a point where you're so attractive that Y Combinator will take you. If that's your goal, is to get into Y Combinator. There are many ways of playing this hand. Dan Stewart is a bootstrapped entrepreneur that bootstrapped to $4 million in revenue. So anyway, those are the points. I'm happy to take more questions. If any of you have more questions, I'm happy to take them now. Anybody?
I have a question. When it comes to mentoring, so it's a weekly mentoring, and what is the duration for that?
The mentoring sessions are an hour and a half. So the roundtable is an hour and a half. It really depends on who else is in the call, but you will get at least 20 minutes. If you book a slot, you will get at least 20 minutes per session.
And these $1,000 for a year is upfront pay or any?
It's upfront.
Is it okay?
The premium program is $1,000 upfront.
Mhm.
Basic is $99 a month, and the AI Mentor standalone is $30 a month.
Okay. And just asking if we wanted to connect, if something, just wanted to ask on an occasion basis, let's say once in a month, or let's say once in a quarter, to get your at least 1 hour one-on-one. So is there any possibility for that?
Yeah, that is $1,000 an hour.
$10 an hour. Okay.
$1,000 an hour.
Understood.
There's a page on the website, one-on-one consulting. You have to pay $1,000 via PayPal and book a 1-hour slot, and that is fine too.
Last question. It is for a single company, or we can discuss multiple companies?
No, single company.
Only single company.
Yeah.
Understood.
But
that's it from
co-founders can all be in the call if you want to. That's fine. The whole team can be on the calls and so forth.
Understood.
Any other questions? All right, folks, thank you for coming today. It was a very nice session. I hope you found it helpful, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much. Bye. Take care.